This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 180 pounds, Lee Johnson.
Taz, you see it right there on the bottom of the screen. The Nightmare Family's Lee Johnson. Cody recently announced on his Twitter that Lee Johnson had joined the Nightmare Family along with Gun Club, Billy and Austin Gunn.
Yeah, Cody just like out of nowhere, I guess he got together with his group and his whole unit, and they decided to just go on a recruiting spree on the down low. No one knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about it. Next thing I know, it's like just some random afternoon on an off day, and people just added to the Nightmare Family. That's what I'm saying about Cody. Sometimes it's just a little sketchy, I'm being honest.
And his opponent from Murray, Kentucky, weighing 217 pounds, Chuck Taylor.
Chuck Taylor, one half of the Best Friends. Seems like the animosity between the Best Friends and Kip Sabian and Miro is far from over.
Oh, that's big tension there for sure. Stuff on Dynamite was wild.
Yeah, Trent in an intensely physical match with Miro. Hung with him, but ultimately, I think the real story was after the match when Kip and Miro continued their assault on Chuck Taylor and Trent, and Orange Cassidy
off the top
coming to their rescue.
Yeah, this should be an interesting matchup here. I will say this. I mean, because I called down the middle, you know me. Lee Johnson aligning with Cody in the Nightmare Family. You have a plethora of veterans that are successful in that group, from Cody, from QT, from Dustin, that can really help someone, and obviously Arn Anderson.
Yeah, the head coach.
Can really assist a talented athlete like Lee Johnson. For sure. I do think Lee made a mistake. That's just me. Because there's other groups maybe he could have done, shine better in. Let's put it that way.
Saying there could have been a spot for Lee Johnson and Team Taz?
Well, I implied it. I didn't really say it, but I get your drift. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to get you to clarify.
No, I didn't, and I wouldn't, and I can't.
Head scissors there by Lee Johnson.
Good
Chuck
quickness.
Able to shrug it off. Lee gets behind. Arm hammer lock.
Oh,
drop
nice
toe hold.
Yeah, nice outside drop toe hold. Floats over to a front headlock. A nice switch right there by Lee. Got a front headlock with an arm lock. He had it. The thing too, I will say this. Look, as far as Cody, look, man. Like, I got to be honest. Like, I didn't with Team Taz. Like, we didn't start nothing with Cody. Cody went out on social media and took a little shot at Starks and Team Taz. He did, and it was like out of nowhere. So I was a little offended by that. I really was. I don't know if you saw it, but you probably have us all muted knowing you. But that's a whole other story.
How did you know?
I have an app. I have an app that could show me. That's how.
Lee Johnson backs Chuck Taylor into the ropes. Chuck using that big shoulder tackle.
Looks ripped. Chuck looks ripped.
Those armbands on.
That makes him look more ripped.
Yeah,
He's jacked, bro. He's jacked. Chuck can go. He's deceivingly, highly athletic in there, super tough, battle-tested as Chuck. Underrated for his offense, I feel. He really is.
Yeah, Chuck Taylor has been really. I mean, he's been on quite a roll here in the tag team division, but he's an accomplished singles wrestler in his own right. And actually, Lee Johnson using his agility there, steps under, leapfrog up and over the top. Chuck Taylor, eats the drop kick from Big Shotty.
Great stuff right there by Lee Johnson. I'm sure Cody's got to be proud of him for that. That was very impressive. Even Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, gets a little nod of
even
appreciation.
Orange Cassidy is impressed.
Lee Johnson, and interesting to note that Lee Johnson, one of his biggest inspirations in pro wrestling is Kenny Omega, but another big inspiration was when Kenny Omega and Chuck Taylor teamed together. Their biggest rival, El Generico, also a huge inspiration of Lee Johnson.
Well, ultra talented people right there. So Lee Johnson's got good taste and good wrestling. That's evident. Right now, he's getting stomped pretty heavy here by Chuck.
I'm sure he was going to say Taz is a big inspiration as well, but he just ran out of time.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Listen, not a lot of the young guys, put me over like that. They don't say it. Because my style in the ring, I wasn't trying to impress kids. I wasn't a role model. I basically just try to beat the living hell out of people and choke out and suplex. That was really it. So I didn't care who liked me.
Chuck Taylor.
I still don't. As long as Ricky Starks and Brian Cage like me. Okay, one of those guys likes me all the time. More than one other. But that's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying, I just need my guys, to support me. Right now, Lee Johnson, I got to be honest, just an observation, if I don't mind, if you don't mind me saying it.
I'm just going to let you speak uninterrupted for 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, look, he's new in the Nightmare family,
Yeah.
is Lee Johnson. And I see Trent on the outside supporting Chuck. I see Orange Cassidy supporting, Chuck. I don't see not one member of the Nightmare family out here supporting Lee Johnson.
Chuck Taylor rolls through, captures the head of Lee Johnson. Bit of an unorthodox head scissors there. He's got the arm captured as well as the head.
Yeah, you got to try to turn to your back. Well, I thought Lee would turn his back, but once you hook that hand, man, that's
almost like a Cobra clutch with the leg in place of the arm.
Yeah, very unique hold here. Well done by Chuck.
Lee Johnson able to escape, or I'm not sure if he escaped or Chuck just cut bait there. Oh!
Sometimes you use a submission. You know this, right?
Taz, you know what the late great Tracy Smothers used to call that kick?
I love Tracy and I miss him already, but no, tell me.
Completely unnecessary.
That's something that he would have said. I've never heard him say that, but yes, that's definitely sounds like a Tracyism.
Chuck Taylor, moonsault off the middle rope, nobody home. Lee Johnson, clothesline, takes Chuck off his feet, a second one.
Great impact, great power right there by Lee Johnson.
Chuck Taylor staggering back to the ropes. Lee Johnson rips the chest of Chuck Taylor with that chop. Reversal into the corner. Chuck Taylor charges in, drop toe hold, sends Chuck face first on that turnbuckle pad.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Chuck's in trouble. Look at Lee. What's he up to here?
Big shotty Lee Johnson. Oh! Just nothing fancy about that, Taz. It's just a kick.
Yeah, I don't know if Lee should have did it in that corner where Trent was and Orange, but everything was cool.
Chuck Taylor with the soul
food. Soul food, yes.
Lee Johnson on roller skates. Drops down, spins him out. Blue Thunder bomb by Lee Johnson. 1, 2, no! Did not put the ankles over the shoulders of Chuck Taylor.
Yeah, that's the key with that right there. I think, too, if leaning forward a little bit would have helped, but Chuck's got some size on Lee, and I think Lee struggled a little bit trying to get him up and down, but it worked. Not enough to get the win, though.
Those are the instincts that will come in time for Lee Johnson. But right now, despite his relative inexperience compared to Chuck Taylor.
Oh my God, that's got to be it.
2. Oh, Lee Johnson.
That was an insane sit-out pilebomb. That was crazy. Lee Johnson showing you how tough he is to kick out of that.
Tremendous toughness, tremendous fortitude by Lee Johnson.
Popped up in that sit-out bomb, man. That was wild.
Chuck Taylor done the deal. No!
Got a little cocky to Chuck.
Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
Well, Lee Johnson does. I got to hit you with that one. But I'll tell you, right now, if you're Chuck, man, don't waste time. Keep the pressure on Lee.
Chuck Taylor headed to the top. Diving foot stomps to the chest of Lee Johnson. Chucky T covers. No!
You could see the facial expression on that kick out of Lee. He was having none of that. He was not getting beat.
And you see the facial expression of Chuck Taylor, disbelief that Lee Johnson is still in this fight. But Lee would love nothing more than come away with a victory after having just joining the Nightmare family. Make Cody proud, make the head coach Arn proud.
Yeah, where is the Nightmare family? Like, I'd love to see one of them out here. I'm just making an observation. I'm sure I'll get heat for it, but I'm just saying.
What?
You're saying nothing back to me on it.
You get heat?
I live for the heat, bro. You kidding me?
Chuck Taylor and Lee Johnson fighting on the ropes. Lee Johnson recognizes the danger that he was going to be in.
Oh, damn!
Cracks Chuck with that enzigiri, and now the missile drop kick sends Chuck Taylor out to the floor.
Tremendous. Lee Johnson looking spectacular here.
Big shotty. Lee Johnson takes to the skies. And
what?
Orange Cassidy was so impressed. He high-fived Lee. And Trent's even impressed.
That's something right there. I'll tell you. Yeah, what the hell? Get Bryce out here. Give him a high five, too. Everybody high five.
Oh, Lee Johnson charged in, but went right into the knee. Oh, stuff pile driver. Chuck Taylor covers 2. Oh, Lee Johnson again.
What a match these two are having. He can't believe it. Chuck's like, what do I got to do to beat this kid?
Lee Johnson will not go softly into the night. Chuck Taylor maybe thinking awful waffle. If he hits it, that's got to be the end.
He just said it. Wall. I heard him.
Oh! There it was. And there he goes. Chuck Taylor spikes Lee Johnson and picks up the victory.
The winner of this match, Chuck Taylor.
Well, Trent's impressed, even Orange Cassidy. They were impressed with both guys, even especially their own man. But, I mean, what an outing by Lee Johnson. I would assume Cody and the rest of the Nightmare family's got to be very happy with that outing by Lee. I'm again, being honest out here.
Yeah, Lee still looking for that elusive first victory. Oh, man. Just a nasty spike on the side. I mean, it came in at such a weird angle, did Lee Johnson, but Orange Cassidy.
Well, someone's got to support Lee.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy and Trent very, very supportive of Lee, much more so, as you were saying, Taz, than the Nightmare family.
Yeah, and they're going to do the whole big the hug gimmick.
You
look at that.
got to give the people what they want, Taz.
So you even do that line, even if it's not Trent and Chuck? I mean, should you only do it if it's Trent and Chuck?
Best friends.
All right, guys, here we go. Can't wait to see it. Whoa!
Que Dios bendiga la botella.
Oh my gosh, Chris, you've completely outdone yourself.
But dead ass, yo, how's this even possible?
I mean, look at the craftsmanship. It's so beautiful. Look how it turned out. It's absolutely exquisite.
Drink what the demo god drinks.
A little bit of the bubbly is back, baby.
Supplies are limited. Go to littlebitofthebubbly.com and order now. Get it before it's gone, because last year sold out.
Viva el vino brioso! Yeah!